All right, traders, welcome back to another live stream here. Your host, Mr. Know-It-All. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. All right, so what's going on with the price? By the way, guys, I'm still in my ETH long here. I did not exit my trade. Okay, we're still holding on here. We made a bullish engulfing candle yesterday here on Ethereum, and this to me just looks like a back test of this moving average. Okay. I still believe and still think that we're going to see a move back up. All right. We're currently right now still below 40K, as we all know. I do believe we will get back above 40K at some point, maybe in the next couple days. All right. And currently, I believe that we are in an inverse head and shoulders type pattern, and we might be in some sort of bearish bat pattern, which could take us to this lower high up here around 50K. Okay, to ensue this type of recovery we're looking for. Again, none of this is confirmed. All right. Hang on a second, guys. Just want to change this. All right, so right now we are still in this structure. Right, we have a higher low that we are kind of making right now, currently. All right, this is the inverse head and shoulders pattern that I'm talking about right here. This is on a 4-hour time scale. I don't. And we don't really invalidate this idea until we break. If we do invalidate this idea, we break below this 33,450 area. Okay. All right. So this is kind of what's going on right now. Obviously, we're still in this bear flag. There's no denying that. We did break this this down-sloping resistance area here. This channel broke out of it. We're back testing it right now, and it looks like we're holding for now. Okay, so we're bouncing right off of here. We can go look at ETH. We did kind of just look at it, but we can look at it again. I do, like I said before, I think ETH is definitely outperforming Bitcoin. It also looks like it's forming this inverse head and shoulders type of structure. All right, you guys can see that here. Sort of forming it here, right? But you know, you could also draw this from down here as well, like this recovery type structure, right? And if we go to the cycle chart, it also is showing this type of inverse head and shoulders type structure before we actually break back above the 200-day moving average. Hey Node, I'm all in USDT. I got some buy orders, but not hit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm still in this long on ETH, 1969 entry, and I don't really intend on getting out of this trade until, yeah, maybe won't even get out of it. I mean, like, if we follow the cycle chart, then this is basically the bottom. Like, we're never going to go back down here until the end of the cycle, right? So we'll see how long I hold this. Obviously, funding is, well, the funding rate isn't really affecting my trade too much, but we'll see how this goes. So this is kind of what's going on right now. We might have some more sideways price action for the next coming days. Right? We could go sideways for another day or two, right? Before we maybe break break back above the 200-day moving average. That's what we're looking for. Looking for the move back up on the 200-day moving average, guys. All right, that's right here. It's right around this $40,000 area. Guys, everything is just going to be sideways for the next couple days. So, I mean, you could build long positions. Like I keep saying that we're probably going to go back up above 40K. Right? Like there's a high likelihood chance that we're going to get back above 40K within the next day or two. By the way, there are 44 people on the stream right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys could, just hit the like button. That helps the stream get out to other folks. Would really highly appreciate that as we take you guys through this recovery in the crypto market. Lots of people calling for lower lows. Lots of people, you know, saying all that fun stuff. Although there is some validity to maybe something like this, where if we get up to like 42K and we make a top up here, that we have some sort of head and shoulders pattern, which is definitely visible on this chart. I'm not going to deny that. This is definitely a possibility. All right, and I'm not going to rule this out because it's possible. This is possible. We do something like this. All right. But it doesn't mean it has to play out. Like we could get up here, and then you know, not break the neckline of the head and shoulders, right? We'll see how this works out, how this plays out. If we follow the cycle chart, then we just continue going up, right? Cycle chart basically pretty much called this bottom to the day, called the bottom to the day. I'm gonna probably not 100% rely on this, but definitely use it as a reference point, okay? Until it proves otherwise to be invalid, because so far it's been pretty accurate in terms of the price movement. All right. Thank you so much, Black Sheep Bro. Appreciate that. We'll look at storage, and everyone wants to look at Matic. Sure, we'll look at it. Oh, we got up to the 382 fib extent, or what is this, the 1272? I think this is the major 1272 fib extent, or 272 fib extension. All right. So yeah, I mean this looks like full-on recovery for this asset, right? You're at the bottom here of the S&P DMI. You got the 2-day cross-up, or you got the daily cross-up on the Stokes. The 4-hour looks like you're just consolidating up here by this resistance area. So this looks pretty good to me. Usually falling wedges, Usually falling wedges go to the top of the wedge, okay, as the major measure move, right? So top of this wedge is around 270. So we could probably expect it to get back up there, and maybe get another pullback up there. We'll see what happens, right? It really depends on what Bitcoin does. But yeah, the 4-hour has crossed above zero here on the MACD. So we're in bullish territory here on the MACD. And the daily, still creating this negative momentum, but you're way above zero, right? So still bullish, I would say, on the daily. XMR, and we're gonna look at storage. We want to look at storage for some reason. All right, so storage, you do have some divergence kind of building here on the momentum on the daily. And you're right on the 200-day moving average for storage. You're also in this structure towards the bottom of it, right? You broke below this major neckline that we broke out of, and it looks like you're technically right below it right now too on the daily. Or you're right above it actually, right above it. Yeah, storage actually looks not bad right here. Not bad at all. Maybe some sort of wedge, right? Some sort of downsloping wedge here. You could see maybe a break break to the top here, about that 180 area. XMR. So sitting right on the 200-day moving average for XMR. Yeah, kind of rounding out right here, right? I mean, yeah, this is, I mean, technically this is a bear flag for right now. Right? You have your downsloping resistance and you have your upsloping support with the 200-day moving average acting as support for right now for XMR. But this is, I mean, the daily's implying a move up, right? We're showing this this hidden divergence here. All right. This is the lowest lows on momentum we've seen on Monero, okay? But we've made like higher prices than this low down here, or right around the same price. CHR, BNB, and ADA. All right. BNB, okay, probably back up to the $500 area, then a retrace. You know, see where you get to after this move down. I think we're gonna make this retrace first, right, and then we'll get a rejection, probably move back down. What's going on, guys? Yeah, we'll look at 88 here. All right, so 88 broke the downsloping channel. I got the back test in the rally, and this does look like a lot like an inverse head and shoulders pattern, like we've been saying. Right, we've been talking about this on the Bitcoin chart, and we're seeing it on the Cardano chart. We're seeing it on the. Hang on, let me redraw this. You're seeing it here, right? You guys see this? I mean, the neckline's like right here. Ryan, we just covered Matic. All right. This looks pretty good. Like, I'd say that this, if we end up breaking this neckline, you know, we're looking at a total measured move of about 50%. Okay, 50%. We break this neckline. 50%. Significant move, guys. All right, we're talking about a $2.40 ADA. Which should bring us right back up to all-time highs. Okay. All right. So CHR and cake. It's been a while since I charted this. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so it came down to the 1272 fib extension, which happens to be confluent with the 200-day moving average. And, we're getting a nice bounce here, right? A nice bounce, 35% move up today for this asset. This looks like a descending, broadening structure. Do you guys see it? Or maybe just a down sloping channel, okay? So yeah, you're looking at about 27 cents as your, looks like you got close to, you got 26.4 on this candle. So if you were to break the channel, you're looking at 134% measured move. So roughly right back up to 58 cents. All right, so let's see what else we got. We got cake. Alright, so we got this pivot right down here at the 236 fib extension on cake. Did a major retrace, like over I don't even know how many percents. This is a big drop, right? 80% correction. We'll get to RSR here in a minute and Uniswap next, okay guys? And this is all we really have on this chart. There's not really a lot of data. So like if we do hold this structure, we could go back up to like 26 real fast, come back down, test the fib again at 17, and make our way back up to the all-time highs on the next leg. All right. Uniswap. Let's see. So a lot of these look similar. They all have this kind of inverse head to shoulders type pattern. Okay. Aww, poor little A-Rash. Your wrench was removed. What do you mean? Where's your wrench? How was it removed? Let's see. So Uniswap is looking a lot like all these other structures, like with this inverse head and shoulders neckline here, and the higher low on the right shoulder here. Okay. I mean, if we break these necklines, these are pretty significant moves. 89% is pretty insane. You know, right back up to $50. Yeah, it is weird. I didn't remove it, so I don't know what happened. It's weird. Yeah, we could look at Doge. But this looks pretty good on Uniswap. You hold these lows here. Yes, please hit the like button and join the Discord. Come on, guys. Sorry, where was I? I got a little distracted. Nexo and Icon, we'll look at those. Was there something else? Oh yeah, RSR, right? Well, there it is, the big rising wedge. And I think I had this circled in 3 cents. Okay. So this fell below the 200-day moving average, obviously. That's not good. But it does look like we're going to see a pop back up, probably close to the 200-day, right around that 5 cent area. I would say that that's your first real target. Okay. I briefly looked at ETH. We can look at it again. I'll be definitely looking at it again here in a second once I get through some more of these requests. So Nexo and Icon. Let's look at Nexo. Well, I guess we never really got up to these levels just yet. So Nexo got down to the 786 fib extension, popped back above it. Yeah, so I mean your next real level, if you establish support here, is back up to $3, right? And kind of got this falling structure here, right? So, and the daily is kind of implying a move back up as well, right? You're oversold on the RSI. You're sitting at 28. You're definitely going to get a move back up, at least in the short term here. And like I said, probably back up to this $3 area. You're going to test that, and that's basically it. I mean, there's not really much else you want to see here. I mean, you're above the 4-hour, 200-day moving average. Again, looks like a lot like these other types of structures, right? They all look kind of similar, like in a mini recovery here on the inverse head and shoulders type pattern, right? We're going to see Let's probably break this $2.29 area. Like I said, close to $3 is your target, I would say, on this. We can measure this from the bottom to the top of the neckline here. Yeah, around 95% measured move. I mean, it sounds insane, but the asset did drop a ton, so it should take you back up to $4, this structure, if this holds, if Bitcoin holds. And Icon, so Icon actually fell right back down to this neckline break. It kind of looks like the storage chart a bit, right? The neckline break, back testing it. Here's the back test. All right, we're gonna probably see this make a major move back up now. All these charts look very, very similar. Okay. And then Doge. You guys want to look at Doge? So Doge still in the downsloping channel. Hasn't broken it yet. All right. So back here on the 15th, you know, we thought we were going to get this move up here. This is when Bitcoin started to crash, right? So Doge still kind of building this divergence. Okay, obviously the largest levels of negative momentum we've seen on Doge, probably year to date, I would say. Obviously, we're at higher prices too, so this is a divergence, a hidden divergence, okay? Implying maybe a move back up here. I personally don't trade Dogecoin, but for all of you guys that do, definitely, it definitely doesn't look too terrible. Well, it looks a lot like a lot of these other tokens right now, with this kind of recovery formation on the lower time scales coming in. Algo and CRV. Sure, we'll take a look at them. So yeah, we broke this, as soon as we broke the parabola, we had a big breakdown, right guys? And then I thought we were going to go down to the bottom of the rectangle, which is where we're at right now. We're getting this bounce, which happens to be right where the 200-day moving average is for Algorand. And so we'll probably come back up at some point if Bitcoin decides to start recovering. Guys, all of these technicals depend on what Bitcoin does. All right, so if Bitcoin decides that it wants to go down more, then all of these are going to go down more. But it does look like we're going to see reversals. It does look like, you know, the RSI is really oversold on a lot of these assets. We're going to see at least lower highs before we continue lower again, right? So we could do something like this, where we come back up and test this, maybe this test this parabola or something around $1.60, make a lower high, and then we actually really dump. All right. So, but I don't know that this is going to be the scenario. I'm just giving you guys an idea of what this might do. Okay. This is my own opinion. Do not make financial decisions based upon my opinion. All right. Could BTC go down more? It can go down if we break that $30,000 level. All right. I mean, I think we're already seeing recovery. Okay, we're not just getting trashed right now. We're, like I said before, we're sitting right on this support right now, and we're starting to make this inverse head and shoulders type of structure. We broke out of this down sloping channel, and we're back testing it right now as a potential support. All right. So 1 inch trying to get back above the 618 fib extension. You know, it didn't quite do it just here. I made it. It's making it made a higher low here. We had a rally, and now I'm making a higher low. Do I have any call outs for today? Yeah, it's still a bit unclear, right? Like, do you really want to take a trade in like a middle of a range right now? Probably not. Probably not, right? You probably want to wait for a confirmation before you take a trade. Like maybe for Bitcoin, like I said before, this neckline here, if we get back above the 200-day moving average, there's a nice trade right back up to the top of this range. Otherwise, for right now, we're going to be going sideways. There's really no. I mean, the daily chart is implying maybe it moved back up, right? We've been talking about this. It's severely oversold. We're going to see at least a retrace. Right, Ryan. Buy on support and sell at resistance, right? So, are we near a support or resistance? Well, we're kind of in the middle of a range. We're actually sitting on maybe this drawn fib here that I had, okay, but so we're really just trying to see if we can hold this area here. Yeah, we can cover compound. Excuse me. All right. OXT, could look at that. So this actually came back down to back test 271. and we got a bounce here, okay? So what that means to me is your next level up here, if you were to get continuation, okay, if we were to make higher prices coming out of this, all right, it's still unclear as to what this is really doing right now. Like, it's just kind of chopping. We made a bottom, got a bounce, made a lower high. We're now using the 200-day moving average as support. Looks like here, right? So for compound, kind of have this resistance here, right? This supply line right here that we're at. So if we're going to pivot here and we're going to break this supply line, we could expect or suspect that we break this trading range. We break this range here. This could be a 20% move if we break it. Okay. All right, we got to break that resistance. All right, because that's that's the bottom of this range, the top of this range, right? We're sort of in the middle of it right now. All right, we're making a low. We made a lower high, another lower high, another lower high, lower low, but higher low than this low. Okay, we're still holding above these lows here. All right, so technically this is still a higher low than this low. All right, but it's possible if we continue to make these lower highs, we can make another lower low. All right, if Bitcoin drops, then we could see this go lower. Bitcoin kind of just chills here, and we could see this break out of the structure. So we really got to pay attention to what Bitcoin's doing, guys. All right. It's a bit unclear. Really, it is a bit unclear. The oscillators here are starting to sort of point up, but we're in on the 4 hour, we're at 46 on the RSI, so we're still in bearish territory, right? But the asset's still bearish on compound, okay? Despite getting back above the 200-day moving average. So that's big. That's a big move, but got to pay attention to what Bitcoin's doing. I feel like all these assets are going to look a lot really alike. I mean, this one's actually still below the 200-day moving average, so this could pop itself back above it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there is a potential trade here. For BEP20, man, I can get you an address for that. One sec. I'll just paste it in the chat. That's a BEP20 address, okay, guys. Appreciate the tips, man. Really do. So yeah, NMR, like I said, is still below the 200-day here on the 4 hour. Obviously, the daily you're just below it as well, and it's possible that you get a break back above it, right? You're starting to round out here as well on the daily, right? You made a bullish engulfing candle yesterday, kind of copying with what Bitcoin did. Problem is that this 4 hour, yeah, I mean, you're teetering between bullish and bearish territory right now on the 4 hour. Okay. On the RSI, the momentum, you're slowly starting to wean off this momentum, but this isn't confirmed. You could get another spike of positive momentum to come in. All right, it's not confirmed. The 4 hour is still in bearish territory here, or below zero. So definitely take note of that. All right. I think OXT was also asked about. OXT made a big move today. We got back above the 200-day moving average on OXT. All right, we broke down out of this structure here, but we didn't break the overall trend line. Right, we came down to it though. Came down to it. Okay. Yeah, OXT also showing a bit of this divergence here as well. Hence the big move back up. We can look at GME, sure. GameStop is set up for a major move. Another one that was in a setup was Tilray. Right. Nice little wedge structure here. Got a nice move up today, close to that 1650 area. So this actually looks pretty good. You had this momentum just kind of building and building here. This is going to be, I think we're going to see a major move out of this asset in the coming weeks. Okay. This was another one. Penny stock play, but it's just holding right now above the 200-day moving average. This could be a good place to look to buy it, right? All right, you guys have any more assets for me to cover today? If not, make sure you guys smash up the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and tick the little bell. You did. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Oh, see it just yet. I'm sure you just sent it. I appreciate the tips, man. I really do. CHZ, sure, look at it. Sure is, man. Well, this is also a descending broadening type structure. All right, we have these levels of negative momentum, kind of just building it, right? We're just building more and more negative momentum here. There's no real divergence on the oscillator right now. It's oversold, for sure oversold. And we're at the 200-day moving average. We're going to probably get a bounce here. Yeah, I mean, you could see a move back up to like 47 or something. That would make sense, the top of this channel. If Bitcoin decides that it wants to start reversing its price action. Again, a lot of this is all dependent on what Bitcoin does, guys. And yes, I did receive the $9. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate that. Crypto bot, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. CRO. So it's still holding this uptrend, up this structure, right? You know, it could come back down to like 8 cents here. Yeah, we can look at it. So back to CRO here, it looks like a lot of these other patterns right now in this inverse head and shoulders type structure. All right, we could break out from this. Okay, could break back above the 200-day moving average here. Gonna depend on what Bitcoin's doing. For now, Bitcoin's holding that area, right? And could just go sideways for a bit. All right, so Loom, you can look at Loom. I haven't looked at that in a long time. So you broke the parabola, right? I mean, this is probably just like a rough sketch of it, but no, we didn't look at we didn't look at XRP just yet. We're gonna look at it here in a minute. So Loom is below the 200-day moving average, obviously below the 21 exponential. All right, so we're in a downtrend right now, obviously. Okay. Wondering if we have any sort of cipher on this. I feel like it'd be like much lower if it was to be a cipher. I don't know. Nice, yeah, DKNG, that rip out. Yep, I said we could go to 50 bucks, remember? We got there, we got to 50. I think we hit 49.98. Daily 21, right? Time to get out of that, man. Hopefully you took a profit. All right, so where were we? Is SFI? Is this the right token? I feel like this is it. Yeah, so still along the lines of maybe you know, pop back up to the daily 21.83. This is still in a massive downtrend. Whoever's asking about this, right? Got to pop back to the 4-hour 21. Now we could see $29 soon for this asset. Again, see. XRP. All right, so holding the 200-day moving average at 65. The daily 21 up here at $1.22. I suspect we definitely touch that or test that before we either reject it or get back above it, right? So if we reject it, which is probably the likely thing to happen right now that we're in this downtrend, we're going to get up here and maybe come back down. If we make a higher low, that'd be good. We can then maybe get back above it, right? If not, then we could just make lower lows on price. Depends on what Bitcoin's doing. How can you put the daily 21 on your trading view? Yeah, very easily. You just go to indicators, moving, average, exponential, and you just click on that. And it'll pop up on your chart. You can just change it, the length, or the settings wheel, change the length to 21, and you'll have the daily, or you'll have the exponential 21 moving average on your chart. Silver looking pretty good right now, or about here, right now. Nice triangle set up here on silver. And the monthly looks pretty good too. Gold looking like these days. You're welcome, Derby. So gold coming back up to the monthly 200-day moving average. All right. And actually breaking it right now. Gold looking pretty good. What else you guys got? We've been live for almost an hour, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm sorry I don't have amazing news for you. I'm sorry that the crypto market's not making stupid gains right now. You know, we had all this. We talked to you guys through all these moves here. I do think this is a temporary correction. It's possible, guys, if we don't get back above 40K, that we see lower lows. All right. Does higher gold hurt Bitcoin? Well, I think it's gold. It's gold's turn, man. Bitcoin had its run, right? In the short term here. So BZRX, and we can look at that. Yeah, sure. So right on the 200-day moving average on the weekly. Trying to bounce here, right? Let's see. All right, so we're back testing the 200-day moving average here on basic attention token. That is what's happening right this very moment. Okay. We could see some sideways action. Could see some sideways action here on basic attention token. I think at some point we're going to test the daily 21. All right, this yellow line right here. We're going to test it. Or, you know, we could come up to it, we could reject it, make a lower high, and come back down. Okay. It's all going to depend on what Bitcoin does. These technicals are really difficult to call out, especially if Bitcoin's kind of unstable and we don't really know what Bitcoin's going to do here just yet. It's not clear, right? I mean, we're making lower high, like we made another lower high here at 39.6. So far, all we've done today is bounce off 36.5, and right now we're making a lower high. So could cautiously maybe trade a short if that's what you want to do. Okay. But just be aware of your supports and resistances if you are taking short trades, okay? All right, guys. BCH we can look at. So BCH did a move up to about 1600, and we got supported by the 200-day moving average, and we got a bounce here, right? So it looks like we're going to see BCH at least come back up to this 940 area, the daily 21, okay? For this retrace back up. And if we do break the 4-hour 21, we could see it come back down to test this support here again at 560. All right, so right now we're in between these two levels. All right, so just be aware of what's happening on the chart on the shorter time scale. Watch what Bitcoin's doing, right? Bitcoin kind of going sideways right now. We can look at Eurus. It got listed on PancakeSwap. It's had a pretty big breakdown. You can see that it was respecting this this area here for a while before Bitcoin started to crash, right? See this demand line here, it even touched it, rejected it as resistance, and made a move, a leg down. But looks like we're getting a reversal right here at the 61.8% retrace area, okay, which is the golden zone for a retrace. Yeah, PZRX, you can look at. Alright, so we're back down at the 236 fib extension levels. Alright, after breaking down out of this rising wedge that we formed here. You guys can clearly see that. We were in this rising structure. We broke down out of it. 175% measured move down was pretty devastating. Yeah, so we did actually a little bit more than that. We did about 200%. Alright, from the breakdown. So yeah, we could totally see a retrace back up just for a lower high. Right, this asset's in a major downtrend. Okay, it's still in a major downtrend. Right, we were never really able to recover back up on this. Okay, so your next real major level is that 38-cent area, 38.5 on the fibs here. See if we don't make a lower high and continue down and break these lows at 17.5. Really all going to depend on Bitcoin, guys. All right, guys, we've been live for over an hour. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and join the Discord if you guys are interested in the SCP products. I know right now is a trying time right now. Obviously, we experienced a major market sell-off and a major correction. Okay, but we do our best here at SCP to keep you guys informed as to what our opinions are of the market and where we believe they will go. All right, so right now we think that it's possible we're going to go back up to test 40K. Unless we end up breaking this support, okay, we could get some selling that comes in and kind of ruin this structure here. Very possible that happens. We do have a lot. We still aren't in a major downtrend. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.